Estate planning is a bit of a hot topic in the news at the moment. There is talk within the government about the future of inheritance tax and legislation changes, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. At the moment, each individual have their own allowance, which is £325,000, plus they can get an additional residential allowance based on their main residence, as long as it's passing to direct descendants. So there are some allowances built into there. The concern is if those allowances, if your estate is worth more than those allowances, then there can be inheritance tax that could be due and charged at 40%. So it can be, if it is required, it's a heavy tax, and that's going to affect the amount of money that passes, not between partners or husband and wife, but generally to children and any further beneficiaries. So it's important to understand how your estate is structured. It's not necessarily that you have to do anything. Even if you have got a liability, there's options of you could spend it, you could restructure your assets in a way that limits the amount of tax, or you can start to transfer funds to children, etc. So there's various ways that you can counteract it, but the first part is just understanding, is there a liability and potentially what your options are, and that's where we come in. Everybody's estate will be different based on how much is your house worth, which is probably your biggest asset, any savings, any other assets. So it could be antiques, could be cars, cash, investments. So it's very individual, and it's really having an understanding of how much your estate is valued at. And then really, as I mentioned, it's more about the structuring of your assets. It's not necessarily that anything has to change drastically, but just realigning things can allow to make sure that less tax is paid and more funds are then provided to family. Because people have worked hard for that money, they've paid tax all the way through, and we all accept paying tax, you know, it does some good things, but inheritance tax is one of those that you can try and mitigate to some degree if you're forearmed and yeah, you appreciate what options are open to you.